Welcome back, Toastmasters and guests. Now we move into the evaluation session of our meeting. Today we had 3 manual presentations. All were informative and entertaining. The first was Kanan Sankara, who did an 18 to 22-minute presentation. The purpose of his project is for the member to practice developing and presenting longer speeches. Kanan excelled at storytelling. He incorporated anecdotes of his personal life and experience into his presentation, which is always a great technique to utilize. When you incorporate yourself into your presentation, it makes a connection with your audience. They can relate to you and the information you're getting across because they have a personal reference. That is an excellent technique that Kanan uses in his presentation. What I would like Kanan to work on is his hand gestures and his body gestures in his presentation. At times, he seemed anxious and overly animated, to the point that he may have lost his train of thought, but he was able to recover quickly, so it wasn't as noticeable. However, I would like to have him to have more meaningful body gestures and hand movement in his presentation. My challenge for Kanan is for him to remove the crutches from his presentation. Several times I heard him use the vernacular, well, you know. At times he's had ahs and ums in his presentation. Those are crutches that we normally work on during the table topic presentation to remove those crutches from our presentation. So with a little bit more practice and preparation time, I'm sure Kanan will remove those from his presentation. All in all, it was a great presentation. For clarity, spoken language is clear and easily understood. I gave Kanan a 5. Vocal variety, use of tone, speed, and volume as a tool, I gave him a 4. Eye contact, effectively use eye contact to engage audience. Again, I gave him a 4. Body gestures, effective physical use of gestures, I gave him a 3. Audience awareness, demonstrate audience engagement and needs, I gave him a 5. The information was very useful. Comfort level, appear comfortable with audience, again, I gave him a 5. And interest, engage audience with interesting, well-structured presentation, I gave him a 5. Speech content, content is compelling enough to hold audience attention throughout the presentation. As it was very informative and useful information, again, I gave him a 5. Kanan, that was an excellent, excellent job. Thank you, Kanan Sankara. Our second manual presentation, prepared presentation this evening was from our very own Patricia Lum. Patricia's presentation was titled "A Solid Plan for Mentoring." The purpose of this project was for the member to practice developing and presenting a proposal. Patricia excelled at communicating her desires. She got straight down to business, and she was all about the facts and figures. She was straight to the point. Excellent job. She did not stray away from her purpose. She let you know what was expected, what the rewards will be. Excellent job. Getting straight to the point is key to getting your message across. So I commend her on that. What Patricia may want to work on going forward, I know she's in a public arena. She's in a public space, so she could not have been as animated as she wanted to. However, my challenge for her is to familiarize herself with her tools before the presentation. I know she just got a new computer and she hasn't had much time to practice with it, but we must all be familiar with our tools when we are doing presentation. When we met in person, we were encouraged to reach the meeting hall beforehand, to set up our projector, to have everything in place before the meeting started. So when it came our turn to speak, everything was in place. Much the same applies to the virtual environment. We must all be familiar with our tools beforehand. Yes, we are here to learn and we are here to help each other, but that is what I would like her to work on. My challenge for her is with vocal variety. She was monotonous at times. One pace, one tone. Yes, she was in a public space. However, when she said 350,000 US dollars, make it sound like 350,000 US dollars. It's a lot of money. So put some gravitas on it, just a little bit more vocal variety. But all in all, it was a well done presentation, well done proposal. For clarity, spoken language is clear and easily understood. I gave her a 5. For vocal variety, use of tone, speed, pitch, I gave her a 3. For eye contact, effective use eye contact to engage audience, I gave her a 4. Gestures, use physical gestures effectively, I gave her a 4. Audience awareness, demonstrate awareness of audience engagement and needs, I gave her a 5. Comfort level, appear comfortable with audience, I gave her a 5. Interest, engage audience with interesting, well-constructed presentation, I gave her a 5. Topic, presentation was well, present his or her proposal well. Again, I gave her a 4. Excellent, excellent job, Patricia. I commend you on a proposal well made. That is the evaluation for the first 2 speakers. And now I will hand the floor over to Patricia for my evaluation.
Thank you, Edward. I have said it last week, and I'm going to repeat myself right now. You are so impressive. You spoke from the very beginning of the meeting, nonstop. You came on, you gave us good habits, bad habits. So today I cannot just evaluate you on one project. I'm going to evaluate on all the projects that you have done. And that is so excellent. How many of us can hold 2 hours of speaking nonstop without any major fault? You spoke from one, and then you go on to the table topic, and then you go on to doing your projects, and then you call on Kanan, you call on me, and you gave Kanan such a good evaluation, you gave myself such a good evaluation. So I am now coming back to just your one project. Like I'm saying, you are so impressive. You were totally have so much improvement since last week when I have spoken to you. Your eye contact were natural. Your clarity of the language was so clear that we could understand you. Your vocal variety was good, was interesting. Your eye contact was there, were natural. So we are talking just about maybe you could do a bit on your hand gesture, maybe your facial gesture, and audience awareness. You know who we are. You're talking to every one of us directly, and your comfort level is just excellent. It's so excellent that, like I said, it's so impressive. And your interest, we can see that how passionate you are in what you are trying to tell us. The whole project that you're trying to tell us is how you want to achieve something and you work on it. And I can see that you try not one time, not 2 times, but you try again and again, and you never let the word no take you to where you are. You wouldn't take the word no, and you were just going on and trying everything that you can, and eventually you succeeded. That was so inspiring to so many of us in your career as well as in your public speaking arena. So what can I say for you to challenge yourself today? I still think that you would have to look into organization. Organizing speech is when you have a clear opening. Yes. So yes, last week I said that it was just telling us how you get from one place to another. But then you have to say, when I do this, what happened? Then you go into the body. I like your speech opening though. You said you ask a question, which is very important. We either ask question, we do a quotation. And that is very important, and you did that very well. So on the body itself, you can just break them up into what are the things you want us to learn from your experience, what are the things that you have learned, and the most important is what are the things that we learn. And in the end, you say something like, go for it. Now, in the end, why go for it? What can happen when you go for it? Summarize that in that form. I must say thank you very much for today's your speech, and I've learned so much from you. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Patricia. Once again, I got invaluable tips on how I can improve. I love having you a part of our meeting. You always give us excellent feedback on how we can all grow as Toastmasters, as public speakers, and as leaders. Today was an exceptionally rewarding meeting. But before I close, I must acknowledge Shehan. He won the table topics. He was the best table topic speaker today. Congratulations. We will not vote for manual presentation, as Canon does not like to be a part of pooling. But I believe we all did an excellent job in the prepared presentation as well. The evaluation times have been posted. Excellent job. We all stayed within the time, and that is key for us here at Toastmasters, for us to be prompt with our time, for us to be concise and within our time frame. Excellent job to everyone. Guys, the focus on our meeting today was on habits. After all, we are our habits. People like to say we are what we eat. I don't believe I'm pizza or hamburger or turkey or chicken, but I am an early riser. I am normally up by 5 a.m. Belize time. So I am an early riser. I am someone who loves to get my goals done. I love to accomplish new things. That's who I am. I like to take responsibility. I don't believe you can find anyone who can say, Edward, blame them for something that went wrong. I always take responsibility for whatever happens. I am someone who shares the credit. I don't believe any goal I accomplish solely by myself. No man is an island unto himself. So I know I improve because of Patricia's evaluation. I know where I can improve. I know where I can work on, what points I need to work on to get better. So when I get better, it is not all me, but Patricia, it's Shehan, it's Canon, it's everyone that gives me feedback. And because I want to improve, I must constantly work on getting better. I must constantly improve my tool set. I cannot wait for anyone to do something for me. I must do it myself. I must be proactive. We must all familiarize ourselves with the 7 habits of effective people, of highly efficient people, and incorporate those habits into ourselves. And if there is a bad habit that we have, we must work on reducing it. For example, when I came to Toastmasters all those years ago, my favorite word was right. I was saying right and didn't realize I was saying right. my first table topic session, the counter pointed out, I said 17 rights in a 3-minute presentation. I didn't know I was saying right so many times. Now I have almost or totally removed the word right from my speaking pattern. We must work on our bad habits to get better. Take time to reflect. What are your good habits? What are your bad habits? And try to incorporate the habits of the 7 habits of highly effective people into your routine, into your practices, so that you can be the best version of yourself. After all, you are your habits. Toastmasters and guests, we are at the end of our meeting today. Thank you all for an exceptional, exceptional meeting.
Thank you so much, Edward, and thank you so much, Shahan, for staying with us.